Today is August 30th, 8-30, and our title today is Telescope. Okay, let's open our sketchbooks on up here. Find my spot. Looks like it's going to be down below. My date, 8:30. And here we go. So what we're going to do is just like when you drew this pencil previously, right here, we're going to be using the same line to give us a direction. So just draw a sketchy little line, real simple little line, just going diagonally up. Okay? The first thing we're going to do is start at the end of the telescope. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a little ellipse, a little oval, around that line. Okay? Now, off of here, we're going to follow this line. And we're going to angle it just a little bit, like that. Okay, so it's following on either side of this line. Here to here, this is curving like this. Curve it like that. Okay, so here's the first part of the telescope. Let's go ahead and put the eyepiece in, which is right in the middle. Okay, so this is the bottom of the telescope. Let's do the next part. Okay, how we're going to do that is I'm going to come right here and I'm going to go up a little bit and I'm going to make a ring around that part. It's just like when you guys did your top hats, if you can see that. Okay, it's just you're doing that in a different direction. Okay, so the same thing you did here, you're going to do again. You're going to bring it up and angle it to follow the line. Okay, this time it's going to be a little bit longer, so actually I'm going to spread this out just a little bit more. Okay, point to point, we're going to curve it. We're going to curve it. Okay, we're going to do another chunk and we're going to do the same thing we just did here. Start back a little bit, come around like that. There we go. And then I'm sure you can guess what you do next. Come up off of here, bring it out, just like that. Okay, so you can see each time it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Curve that. We'll do one more chunk. And how we're going to do that, same thing. Take it, curve it, all around it, like a little hat. Okay, bring it up, straight, same length, try to get that close, point to point, curve it. Okay, now at this point I'm going to go ahead and grab my eraser, I'm going to get rid of this arrow, and I'm going to take just a couple seconds, and I'm going to let you guys catch up. Okay, so now that we have the basic part of the telescope, the rest of it is pretty much a piece of cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the base, and that's what's going to keep it from falling over, basically. So I'm just going to come to the middle one right here, and I'm going to bring a couple lines straight down, just like this. Give it a curve. 2 rings. 1, 2. Okay? Just like that. And let's bring the legs off. You're going to have one leg in the middle and one leg on the left, and it should be a little bit shorter than this, and one leg on the right that should be the same length. Okay, this is a tripod. That means it's sitting on 3 legs. Okay, horizon line in the background, and the last thing to do is to add some shading, and we'll be done. Okay, so we're going to do some blended shading from the bottom moving up. So dark, and as you move up it should get lighter. Okay, same thing as you're moving across. Dark, lighter as you move up. Again, dark, lighter as you move up. You just press a little bit lighter with your pencil. And the last one, dark and lighter as you move up. Okay, getting lighter and lighter with that pencil. Okay, let's put a little bit of shading here as well underneath. And we're going to put a cast shadow onto the ground. Okay, so just like when you did the pencil up here, this is your cast shadow, and then part of it was off the ground. So this whole telescope is off the ground. It's just sitting on legs. So we're just going to come to the end of your telescope. We're going to move down, and we're going to start to make some back and forth shading lines. Okay, now don't go over the legs, go under them. And I'm just moving it back at the same angle as the telescope. So the telescope's moving this way. So the shadow should move this way too. So it's kind of moving in this direction. Alright? And as we move back, it's just going to get a little bit smaller and smaller. Okay? And there you have it for today. So I'd like you to make one of these today. Please make sure that you watch your angles, okay? Make sure you're going from large to small. Erase any lines or marks that you don't need. I'd like to see blended shading all along the bottom. That's from dark to light. You've got some here. We need a cast shadow here, and we also need to remember the horizon line in the background.